Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Voices of Courage Asia. This is the Lead with Courage series. In fact, us putting on the spotlight on female entrepreneurs. Today, we have our very special guest, Shalima, and she is the founder of Dream Catchers Vision. So, Shalima, share with us a little
Hi.
bit about yourself and all about Dream Catchers.
For sure. Thank you so much for inviting me at your platform. Delighted to be here. So, I'm Shalima Motial. I call myself Jack of many trades and trying to master a few now. So, I'm an entrepreneur, film producer, actor, model, podcaster, writer, and talk show host. Above all, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. And I'm also the founder and CEO of Dreamcatchers, which is an events, theater, and film production company, which I founded in 2011.
Wow. Well, I'm sure you have a wealth of experience. So what happened is we are going to share. I'm going to like extract all the wealth of experience from you, and all
Go
the
ahead.
nuggets of wisdom and insights that we can learn from Shalima. So for those of you who are tuning in, right, to Voices of Courage Asia, remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. All right, we have so much in store to learn from Shalima. So Shalima. Um, Share with us a little bit more about Dreamcatcher. What is so unique about it?
Right. So Dreamcatchers is a platform that we created for performing artists. It's about catching their dreams, being a stepping stone in their journey, and we're going to complete 14 years. So we started out with a mission of an online platform, which gradually we turned into providing a physical stage in Singapore. And we've caught the dreams of many performing artists. And as we grew, we also evolved in our mission catering to women empowerment, providing a platform for entrepreneurs, and predominantly reaching out to a target audience for our niche kind of events, which are not run off the mill, which are very different. For example, a platform I created called Runway Mom. So that is for women, irrespective of their age, height, size, nationality, and their marital status. And the USP of that was it was non competitive. So we built a very nurturing, a positive environment through that platform. And by God's grace, I did 7 successful seasons of that.
Wow.
Right. So we had many workshops wherein these women then came out of their shell, became entrepreneurs, got an opportunity in public speaking, and they were from all different walks of life. So, right from homemakers to entrepreneurs to corporate professionals, different age groups who then came and learned so much through each other's stories, each other's backgrounds and experiences. And we did that through Singapore, Superstar Singapore for our performing artists as well. Created that platform wherein artists from across platforms, not just singing, acting, dancing, but anyone who had any kind of talent across age groups, which usually doesn't happen. It's either for children or for adults. But we created a platform which was right from a 3-year-old to a 90-year-old, with a
Wow.
passion for singing, dancing, acting, stand-up comedy, visual arts, anything that one can think of as a talent. So we provided a platform for that through events, through films, through theater. So that's what Dreamcatchers is about, catching your dreams.
Wow, that's so beautiful. I mean, it's such a I mean, it's a beautiful platform to provide such opportunities for so many people from different walks of life, right? That's just how you say, from the youngest to the most senior. Wow, that's very beautiful. And thanks for doing that. And how many years are you into this business already?
So we will be completing 14 years this April.
Wow.
14 years. It's a long, long time, yes.
Yeah, before I ask you about the challenges, I'm sure you know you have so many challenges during these 14 years. Mm, I'm curious, why did you choose this business?
That's a very good question, Lillian. So I thought there was a gap in the market,
Mm,
right? So for a performing artist, if you want to take part in dance or singing competitions, you have that avenue in school and colleges. But where do adults have that avenue? So I wanted to address that gap because I'm a passionate dancer myself. And I would get to perform in a Diwali function in my condo once a year and then nothing after that. And I love acting, right? So I was like, how do I get all of these adults to then participate? And that was the vision behind it, because I saw that gap in the market and I wanted to address it. And so when I launched it, I did an event, and then I thought, oh, it takes so much time, energy, and effort creating one event, right? So why not make it online and reach out to a wider audience of performing artists? And did that for a couple of years. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of struggle, because people didn't understand the concept of online, and I was putting in a lot of money. And then, I got it back to on stage performances and events. So as an entrepreneur, one needs to keep juggling also and reinventing your idea.
Mm.
So that's to answer your question. I thought there was a gap in the market, and I thought, why not fulfill that gap? And it's a niche area. And then as we evolved as dream catchers, we wanted to catch dreams of more people, not just performing artists. We wanted to be a platform about women empowerment, also wanted to encourage entrepreneurs along the way. So we kept expanding our vision.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, I'm sure, just now you did highlight a few challenges as well. So, what do you think is one of the most challenging issue that you face, especially when you are starting out? Because we are trying to produce this series, especially for women out there who are aspiring to become an entrepreneur. They're thinking of starting out a business and turning their passion into profit. What are some or one of the greatest challenge starting out for you?
Right. So there are a lot of challenges, but I'll name just two to begin
Sure.
with, especially when you're starting out. And I think the two most pertinent and important challenges that any entrepreneur faces are faith in the mission, whatever their vision and mission is, faith in that, and then cash flow, right? So, any business, you got to invest money in it.
Yeah.
And to balance these two things out so that your faith is not running out and you're like, am I on the right path? Is this going to work out? All of those doubts start creeping in.
Yeah.
And I guess in this day and age, one can actually research a lot, know really well what you're getting into, and then dive into it. So for me, initially, these were the two biggest challenges because it was a new concept. To then have the faith that, yes, it's a good idea, I should carry on with it, and then to manage my cash flow.
Wow. All right. The faith in the purpose and the mission for the business as well as cash flow. I totally agree with you.
Thank you.
Because having in my first business, right, the interior decorating business, it was resilience is very much required as well. Yeah, I did that for 9 years, and yeah, cash flow is very, very critical in order to keep the operation going, right?
Right.
And back then, for me, I had a shop space, right? So
Mm.
rental and then the salary for the
Oh
staff.
my God, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Absolutely.
lot
No,
of
actually, so even I, within 2, 3 years of launching Dream Catchers, I was like, no, this is not working out. I'm working so hard. I almost closed shop. Can you imagine? So this also the viewers must listen to, because all success stories, or what we in our minds feel are okay, they've achieved success, have gone through lots of ups and downs as well. So I almost was going to close down Dream Catchers 2 to 3 years into its starting. And then I am a spiritual person, right? So I believe in the signals the Almighty is sending me. And I got a letter from Singapore Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry inviting me as the most promising entrepreneur.
mm,
And I was like, okay, this is a good sign. And then I got to manage a big gig.
mm,
And I was like, right. So these are very strong signs that carry on, you're on the right path, and do not shut shop yet. And that was like 13 years back, 12 years back or something. And now we are in our 14th year, touch wood, reinventing ourselves, finding newer paths and ways, and of course, managing cost really well, because one has to learn that through the years, right? That what your customers expect from you, you need to fulfill that. But also, it has to be whatever project you're entering has to be profitable for the company too. So it has to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And that's what we discovered through many events that we did and the sponsorships that we got.
Right. Yeah. So for those of you who are tuning in, just tuning in, what we have covered earlier so far was about the challenges, right? What are the challenges that especially aspiring entrepreneurs are stepping into this entrepreneurial journey? Understand that it is a journey, right? And there is a growth cycle for the business. So the initial years can be very tough, right? And especially if you do not have did not think through,
Right,
you did not
right.
think through, you just jump into it, and so enthusiastic, and then the first challenge hit, wow, discouragement.
And also, I think when you're launching into something by yourself, it can be a lonely journey, right? As they say, solopreneurs. And hats off to you, Lillian, for providing this platform for all these solopreneurs, entrepreneurs out there who can then come together and feel that sisterhood, feel that we are not alone in it, that we have a community supporting this.
Yeah.
So you're doing a great job.
Yeah, you're. Thank you very much. I mean, you're right on the point that it can be lonely, but it doesn't have to be
It
lonely.
doesn't have to be. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why we are having this network and community support so that you don't feel lonely, right? And
Right.
can learn from each other, right? So and shorten the learning curve, avoiding all the pitfalls along the way. Yeah, so you don't
Absolutely.
have
And learn from
all
each
the
other's
mistakes.
experiences.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
wise to learn from other people's mistakes so that
Totally.
yeah.
Totally. Why reinvent the wheel? Right? Follow someone's journey and path. I mean, of course, every journey and path is different, but you can at least learn from their mistakes, right? So
Yeah.
you don't have to commit the same mistakes.
Mm. And I think that leads to very well into the next question about our belief system. I think our mindset and our belief system is so critical to support us. Either they are supporting us or sabotaging us
Right,
our
right,
action. So, what are some
right.
of your beliefs that you had, that you are aware, that actually helps you to overcome those hurdles?
So I think conviction in my platform, that self belief was very strong, and that got me through, the lows and the highs and everything. And also, I believe that one shouldn't be rigid in their approach to their initial idea. So don't be married to the original idea, right? If you have some idea and then it's not working out, change, move. You're not a tree, right? So you can do that. So adaptability is very important.
Mm, mm,
And if you have that mindset that, all right, if this is not working out, then B is not working out, then C, there are so many letters that I can keep experimenting with, and that can do attitude, I think that is what is really required. And then I also changed my model around creating a lot of value for the users
mm,
and also making it profitable for my company. So when that went hand in hand, it was very encouraging for both the users because they saw that value in my platform, and I felt confident about my own platform, right? That yes, I'm on the right path, and that perseverance and that hard work, one has to carry on with that. There is no two way about it.
mm.
And I guess all entrepreneurs face that, right? So some challenges, and then the highs, and then come the lows, and it's like an ongoing journey.
I love what you said about having the conviction of your business. Right?
Right.
If we ourselves are not even convinced and have that conviction about what we are doing, right? Either the services or the products that we are offering is meeting a gap, is serving the people that needs this solution. If we don't have that conviction, I think it is really very difficult to sustain this journey, right? Because
Absolutely.
it's a journey guaranteed with ups and downs, like you said.
Right.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
conviction is very, very important. One of the key belief system the key belief that you must have, right? Yeah.
Totally.
And what else is any other? Okay, let's just link back to that conviction of your business. The conviction is so important to ensure that it is a sustainable journey. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of ups and downs, right? There's the mountains and the valley, mountains and valley. like a roller coaster ride, right? So, what were some of the actions, very practical actions that you did, that you took to stay in the game, to stay in
Right.
the game? Because we all went through COVID as well.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, COVID is one sort of challenges, but what was yours, and what was that one practical action that you took? Because I
I
want
love
the
this
audience
question.
can learn something practical as well,
Right,
apply.
right. So I love the question because, as I mentioned, that one cannot be rigid about your initial idea. Adaptability is super important for entrepreneur, and that's exactly what I did. So when I started out with hosting huge online global events, right? And that wasn't working. So when that wasn't working, I changed, and then I narrowed my focus to Singapore, and then I changed from online to on stage events because there were performing artists in Singapore, and that's how I started out. They all wanted a stage. They didn't want online. And that's where I brought that change about. And along the way, as I mentioned, we also did niche events around women empowerment and provided a platform for entrepreneurs. So I started growing with each project and
Mm,
didn't just stick to the original idea. So the original idea was just about performing artists. And
right.
then we said, no, let's create something different, which again was a niche gap in the market, which we addressed through Runway. Then again, we provided a platform through Superstar Singapore. Now we wanted to expand into theater because I'm a passionate actor myself. And again, there was a gap in the market in theater. Either it was for Hindi audience or English audience, either it was for children or for adults. So we created a theater which was from 7 to 70-year old,
Mm,
7 plays that cater to the entire age group range. And through that, production people behind the stage, in front of the stage, camera, lights, everyone got an opportunity and a platform. And then, as you mentioned, COVID hit, right? And it's not really in my DNA to sit and do nothing. And I said, okay, what now? So then I got into producing short films. So learned that through a Zoom call, zero budget filmmaking, and started producing short films at home. And through that, I got the courage and conviction that, okay, one has to dream big. Your dreams have to be so big that they scare you, right? Otherwise, it's no fun. And that's what Dream Catchers is about, catching dreams. And so, who decides how big or small the dream can be? It can be as crazy as you can think. Sometimes you
audacious dream, right? Yeah,
absolutely, you
that's
scare
audacious.
your own self. And you're like, oh my God, am I really going to think so big? And then that's what I did. I said, okay, I want to produce a full length, 2 hour long feature film. And from being a solopreneur to hiring teams as and when I needed them for events, I galvanized 100 plus people for this film Dominoes, right? And again, as a business person, I got my sponsorships first, I got everything lined up first, and then dived into it. Of course, I jumped out of the aeroplane and then started building my parachute because you can't have everything perfect and then start. We'll
Mm,
have to wait a whole lifetime to do that if we do that, right?
yeah,
So I didn't wait for everything to be perfect. I just needed the basics in place. Once that happened, I just took the plunge.
right.
And by God's grace, when your heart is in the right place, when you have supportive people around you, passionate people around you, you do attract positivity. You do attract that energy, and it was a success. So
Yeah.
Domino showcased in cinema halls in Singapore to more than 1,000 viewers, and then it was launched on a very big platform, ZTV, and it was showcased in Asia Pacific to millions of people. And that was a big pat on the back that this was a crazy dream, even in my own head.
Wow.
And by God's grace, I could achieve that, catch it. So Dream Catchers keeps reinventing itself. We keep diving into newer projects, newer ideas, and that keeps it fresh and going.
Yeah.
It doesn't become stale or boring.
Yeah. I think what I like what you said about, being I think we evaluate, we especially just now you mentioned, you just jump off the plane. I mean, that's great faith, right? Take a leap of faith and just go for it. but take calculated risk, right? Not just uh, take calculated risk. And then the other point that you mentioned was being able to be versatile, be adaptable, right? If
Right.
it doesn't work, then try something else. Yeah, just don't give
Change.
up and just keep
Yeah.
trying something else, right? Because like, oh, Thomas Edison, right? He tried so many times, right,
Time.
before the light bulb was invented. So imagine he just give up at that last time before his success. So yeah. So yes, being versatile, adaptable, the resilience, definitely I see the resilience in it, and you are very creative as well. So thinking out of the box, trying new things, not being rigid. Yeah, there was so many nuggets just from that 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 session alone that you talk about the actions. Yeah, so thank you for sharing the practical action steps that the audience can take. Right. So remember, for those who are listening in, don't give up. Right. Just keep trying new things. What doesn't work, then try something else. All right.
Totally.
You'll find what works for you. Okay. And then the other question I want to touch on would be about core values.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're doing this business, and people do business with us not just because they like us, but
Mhm.
they trust us, right? That's what Zig Ziglar said. So for you, do you have a set of core values, and what are they?
Thanks for asking that. Yes, so I have a few core values that I totally live by. So, to top it all, since I'm a spiritual person, I believe in doing everything from a place of love rather than fear.
Right,
And this is across my life. So, be it friendships, be it my business, be it anything that I'm doing, it has to come from a place of love.
right,
Anything done out of fear is never successful, right? So any project that I dive into, I don't want to dive into it from a place of fear. Oh, will this be successful, not successful? How do I go about it? No, it comes from a place of purity, it comes from a place of love, and then it's in God's hands. So I put in my effort, and then let God take care of it. And
wonderful,
I also live by the Maya Angelou's quote, which says, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, they will never forget how you made them feel. And especially coming from the events, theater, film industry, where I interact a lot with people, I'm always in front of people, right? So this is a very important aspect. And by God's grace, I've heard so many women come and say, oh, we felt like celebrities at this platform. We felt so seen and so heard. And that's like mission accomplished,
oh,
right? For me, that's a great value add that Dreamcatchers provides.
mm,
And then integrity is very important for me. So
integrity,
whatever I commit to, I need to deliver it.
yeah,
And being in the events, attention to detail is another very important aspect. So you cannot leave things for the last minute. You cannot come unprepared, even for an interview. I put in my effort. I just don't show up, right? So I think that is very important to me, that how you show up for anything and everything in life kind of defines you as well.
yeah,
Taking everything seriously, honesty, integrity, and that warmth then comes from all these core values. And conviction in your dreams, conviction in your platform is super important. And then I have this no harm trying attitude, right? Which
mm.
then sends me to a Her Courage meeting and gets me a Her Courage award. So I've been
Yes,
trying
you're the
to.
recipients from last year, right, for the Her Courage Awards, and this year you're coming back in to be one of the judges.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so
so
those of you
excited
who
about
are out there, right, it's time to nominate each other, nominate someone, nominate a female entrepreneur or a community leader who are doing great works out there, but nobody knows, right? So we want to shine the spotlight on them and let their story inspire others, just like how Shalima's story inspires so many of us. And yeah, let's just keep spreading the fire of courage.
absolutely, absolutely,
Yes.
yeah.
So
So
talking
yeah,
about
these are some of
courage,
the core values. Yeah.
right? Talking about courage, I can't end this podcast without talking about courage and leadership. So, what does courage and leadership means to you, Shalima?
So very interesting question. Courage to me means dreaming way above and beyond your means. and your own expectations, so when you dream that big, that's when you need that courage to fulfill it, right? So imagine being a solopreneur to then galvanizing a team of 100 plus people to produce that film needed courage. And I think each and every entrepreneur needs courage to follow their passion, to catch their dreams, to relentlessly keep working hard day in, day out. It's not a corporate job, which is okay, 9 to 6 these days. Well, corporate jobs are also not that limited. They work hard, but at least at the end of the month, they're getting that paycheck, which entrepreneurs are not getting month on month and so that's the difference. So then to keep putting in that kind of hard work and dedication into your business or work requires courage, requires resilience,
Right.
and that is what courage means to me.
How
And
about
leadership.
leadership? How about leadership?
Yeah, so leadership, I believe in servile leadership. So whenever I have a team for any of my projects, my intention is to make the environment very comfortable for them to work, to excel, to give their best. And I believe in a three-legged stool, wherein every member of my team needs to do these three in equal measure, which is learn, contribute, and have fun. So
Mm,
it is equally important to have fun as it is to learn and as it is to contribute. So
right.
being in this environment, which is events, theater, film, we do so many slow-mos and reels and boomerangs and make it like a fun environment. And when work is happening, everybody's focused, everybody's learning also on the job and contributing their ideas, contributing to the best of their capability. And I think when you give that kind of an environment to people, they want to work with you again and again and again. And it's a nice, positive, happy environment.
Yeah.
That's what brings out my leadership to its best. I hate working in environments that are, very dominating or negative or stressful. I just cannot survive in that. So as a personality, for me to have that atmosphere wherein everybody is laughing, enjoying, contributing, learning, having fun is super important. And very good energy is flowing. That's when the best work comes out.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for sharing so many nuggets of wisdom and with the audience. And I actually also learned and learn from you for your from your experience.
Thank you.
So yeah, and tell us the one thing that you moving forward. What is that one thing that you are looking out for and hoping to achieve in 2025 and beyond?
Well, I want to keep living my dream
Mm.
and I want to produce more films. I want to carry on. I've launched the Dreamcatchers Show season 2. We had 13 successful episodes in season 1 last year. So this is a new project that I'm doing in this year, season 2, with more inspiring personalities to then inspire everyone out there, local heroes, be it entrepreneurs or mental health coaches or any walk of life that have a story to share and inspire
Mm.
other people through their stories. So, yes, season 2 is
Wonderful.
about that, and I'm excited about that. And a lot of travel
Oh,
planned as well.
season two. Yes. So, yes, our audience out there, if you have not followed Shalima and Dreamcatchers, do check her out in her social media, right?
Yes,
And
please.
what is the link that the audience can reach out to you? How can they reach out to you?
So we are everywhere. We are on YouTube, Dreamcatchers Vision, Facebook, Dreamcatchers, Insta, Dreamcatchers, TikTok, Shalima Motial. And they can just Google the name. They'll find all the links, all the interviews happened so far. So it's Shalima, Shalima, Motial is Motial, and Dreamcatchers is Dream and Catchers.
Wonderful.
Thank
Yeah, thank
you.
you so much for setting aside your time for this conversation. I think we have learned so much from you. And remember to check out her website, Dreamcatchers Vision, right? And
.com. We
dot
are
com.
predominantly on Facebook. We post every day there and Instagram. And of course, all our films and our Dreamcatchers show episodes are on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll put all
Thank
the
you.
links. I'll put the links
Bye.
in the
All of
description
it.
so that the audience can reach out to you. right?
Lovely.
So thank you very much for this time. Really appreciate you for setting aside your time to have this conversation. So yes, this is Voices of Courage Asia, the Lead with Courage series, shining the spotlight on our female entrepreneurs. So do remember to like and subscribe to Voices of Courage Asia, and share it with your friends and those who know that are, planning to venture into the entrepreneurial journey. And this is Lillian signing off, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.